Hello, and welcome to the Cryptocurrency News channel. Today, we're going to talk about Icon. Yes, we're going to talk about the Justin Sun launch during the live stream, but we're going to talk about Icon first. And what are my projections for the end of the year for Icon? Icon is a very interesting coin. It's mainly targeted at South Korea, which is not a big country, but still a country with over 50 million people. And it looks like the government has invested very, very hard into Icon, which makes it doubly interesting for us to really look at. Um, ICX is at about 45 cents right now. Upbit just woke up again, but it hasn't really completely showed signs of actually targeting Icon this time. They might target another coin, like Tron because of the Buffett lunch. But Icon's actually extremely interesting because I think out of like I said, out of VeChain, IOTA, and ICX, I think ICX will be able to move the fastest because IOTA's ideas are way out there. So I actually think that's going to take the longest to deploy. VeChain's working on China and Europe, and those are bigger bureaucracies. There's more levels to go through, especially China. And Icon in South Korea, they've already gotten a lot of support. Like one of the metro systems has already mandated them. The security and tech industry, one of the agencies there, is already using Icon for verification, and one of the universities has already signed on using certification for Icon. So they're more concentrated, but they can actually deploy faster. And the thing is, their total supply per coin is the total supply of coins is only 800 million right now. So it's like more than 1,000 times less. I mean, 100 times less than VeChain, and about a little less than half of IOTA. And the price is only 44 cents. So Icon, I think, like per coin, can actually burst a lot harder than either of those coins right now because I think it is closer to fruition, and because the limited number of coins. And of course, there's the Icon staking, which actually has some coins locked up. Now, one caveat to this is that it takes 10 days to unstake Icon if you're staking by yourself, which a lot of people are. So, like, the percentage staking amount might actually be kind of deceitful because Icon really pumped maybe like 5 days ago. And the fact is that the people who wanted to sell during the pump that had it staked can't actually sell yet. They have to wait for like maybe 5 more days to really destake and sell. So you might actually see a sell off in a couple of days once they actually get off destaking. But that aside, I do actually expect Icon to fall into the 20 cent range, and that's actually when I'll buy in. But if there is actually a Bitcoin bull run, and an altcoin bull run to match, I actually do think Icon has an off chance of jumping to $10 or more a coin this year. Now, it will not hold that range. There's no way it's going to hold that price. But because of the specifics of Icon, only 800 million supply, there's some actually staked. And because, like, when it comes to FOMOing, like, Americans might be like B tier, like Europeans might be like B or C tier. Koreans are definitely like S tier FOMO people. So because they're S tier FOMO people in the world of cryptocurrency, the FOMO can actually be a lot higher for Icon than many other coins. Remember, like Icon just randomly quadrupled uh, due to FOMO, basically. It's retraced pretty fast, but I mean, it is actually quadrupled due to FOMO. So in a bull run FOMO, you can just imagine how fast it'll be. I think like Icon was $12 at its height last time, and I think with all the developments this time, with the government actually supporting it, it can even FOMO even higher, especially if Bitcoin goes higher. So I do think there is an off chance that you will see $10+ Icon this year. I would give it maybe like a 10% chance of happening, but it is definitely possible. If you see that, you will want to sell. There's no way it's going to hold that price this year, and it'll come crashing down just like last time. But there is that off chance that you will be able to sell for massive, massive profit. I think in the long run, Icon can like reach like mid double digit range per coin. Um, like even as stabilized if like a lot of the Korean agencies really start using it in mass, which I actually think they will. Um, but that might take like 2 3 years, 3 4 years at least, because even for a country like Korea, it takes time for them to determine these things. They can't just be like, oh, I think we're going to use it today and then just mass adopt it tomorrow. Government agencies never really work that way. But I think Icon should at least see some steady growth, and even without FOMO, I mean, I think it could actually reach like 70, 80 cents, maybe like close to $1 by the end of this year, just with Bitcoin's slow rise and the slow rise of adoption in Korea of Icon. And I do think some other industries are going to start using Icon as well if the government start using it just for integration purposes. But there is definitely a chance that we can see $10 icon sometime this year. Like, I'm not gonna say the end of this year, because if it happens in August, it's probably gonna die off by like October. So there is a good chance, there is a decent chance, like, well, not a decent chance, there is an off chance that you could actually see icon be that high at the end of this year. That does require a large Bitcoin FOMO. And it does require the S tier Korean FOMOers to actually heavily FOMO in, which there is a good possibility, because just look what happened last time in 2017. Koreans FOMO more than anyone else into these things, and they can pump these things, especially Upbit, especially at Upbit. And we've seen now that Icon is one of the favorite coins at Upbit. So there is definitely an off chance you will be able to get sell off at those prices if you are diligent in watching where to actually sell off. I think like for Icon though, any price above $5 is any price like around $5 or more is definitely going to be a sell point, because once it crashes back down, it's going to go straight back down like under $5, probably under $1. But it could FOMO extremely high just based on what happened in 2017 and based on the improvements that Icon has made and how much FOMO power Icon really like seems to have right now, even without a strong Bitcoin bull run. So that is the news for Icon. Let me know what you think, like and subscribe, and hit that bell notifications button. Thank you and have a nice day.